You know, we're gonna rip the Band-Aid off right now. Yes, this is an episode produced during the first season of Saved by the Bell. I typically enjoy dunking on production order to airing anomalies, but I'm gonna let this one slide. Just like this run of Domino comic books, there's really nothing of consequence going on. So let's just kick back and enjoy an episode of pure filler. Our much younger favorite six are making movie magic with the school's brand new camcorder. We'll see how it's going.
Alien invasion at Bayside, take one.
Cue the hideous creature.
Hi, guys.
This is a great joke. No notes. But the crew resets and take two doesn't begin with a cue to the hideous monster, which kind of cheapens the building joke. Screech eventually enters and sucks out Jesse's brains.
After the battle, one of the great speeches in history was made by President Pee Wee Herman. Sucking at her brain!
The audience's gleeful reception of Kelly's line is likely due to two things. First, she's cute. Second, I think we can all look back at doing cheesy movies with our friends and how lame and stiff we were on camera. Kelly personifies that for all of us here, and it's funny. Oh no! Everyone look away! It's my secret shame!
Our teacher's hurt! Get the school nurse!
You don't know it yet, but that's a bad idea, Kelly. Oh, it's just Lisa. And Lisa does not want gross Screech near her. She freaks and busts Screech's tooth. Zach gets flustered and calls cut, and the floor gets mad and breaks the camera. Now why is this dude so happy about the accident? Read the room, bro! As the crew tries to figure out what to do about the camera, we see clearly that this is Zach's room from the previous 9th grade year. And Jessie is still talking about being president of the school, that whether she's a 9th grader in the production order or 10th grader in the airing order, this is still ridiculous. The first idea is to pool their money. Lisa?
I owe my father $112.
What? But your dad forgave you for spending $386 on that green suit thing.
Now, let's go to the Sizzler.
Are you telling us that you racked up a separate $112 tab? Screech brings attention to himself by noting a story in the latest National Babbler. For me, I prefer getting my made-up news from more reputable sources. Ugh, not that one.
The UFOs have landed, and we'll tell you where they are. Midnight Star, I wanna know.
The National Babbler is willing to pay anyone $1,500 for a picture of an alien. And since this will more than pay for a new camera, everyone is on board with submitting a picture of the Screechster. Until then...
Just gonna ignore that hate crime, huh?
Sadly, yes. I'm white. And talking fairly about race is uncomfortable. This scene is pointless. Jessie is hiding from Mr. Belding as he keeps asking her for the camera. But everyone freaking knows it's her. Except Mr. Belding. He's a boob. But Zach immediately outs her before pulling out the brand new camera. So the broken camera storyline is over. Did we do this scene just to fill some time? Was it to show off Elizabeth Bass's costuming skills? Was it to show that Jessie's Spanish is garbage?
Welcome to Bayside.
No comprende, señor.
Hi, Jesse.
Buenos nachos.
Not so fast, Miss Tortilla.
Because the only thing I'm getting out of it is that the twins were just downstairs, but then they're going down the stairs. With the broken camera problem resolved by the 6.5 minute mark, what's the conflict for the rest of the episode? Well, it just might be this piece of crap. This is Lieutenant Thompson, who pretends to be from the National Babbler. He offers the gang $10,000 if they can set up a meeting with the alien. After some very, very odd shifts by the surely talented cameraman, they agree. So why does Lieutenant Thompson suck? Well, he's supposed to be the straight man who gets his laughs by reacting to the crazy situation around him, but he instead plays up being a bumbling idiot. Seriously, I didn't even know he had put his hand in that glass of water until he was prying it out. And we don't see him stab the roll, just the roll magically appearing on his pen after he stops blocking the shot. And why bump his head? It looks completely forced. Just be the straight man. Choices like these really make you appreciate a well-done guest star like Mark Blankfield. Zack and Slater are wearing the same clothes, so it must be the same day. Screech shows up and informs the guys that his tooth got filled, and now he picks up radio stations. Hey, we've heard this sweet song before.
Time is 9 o'clock.
What? They were eating burgers and such before school? Okay. Zack and Slater try to talk Screech into meeting the fake magazine man, but Screech wants to think on it. Besides, he has to take that note to Mr. Belding.
It's not the way to Belding's office, Screech!
Speaking of Mr. Belding's office, this effing guy.
I'll just look through this material. Fascinating stuff.
Mr. Belding gets called away while Lieutenant Thompson looks through Zack's file, and just as a fun aside, this picture in Mr. Belding's office is of Dennis Haskins' real parents. Screech finally arrives at the office, and his radio mouth leads Lieutenant Thompson to question Screech's human status. Just not enough to actually follow Screech. I mean, you are thoroughly convinced an alien is at Bayside. You just sit there and let Screech escape into the next scene?
I'm new on the job, Mr. Belding.
Oh, okay. That might explain it. With Screech a little unnerved, Zack enlists some help.
Oh,
Max
is in this?
He sure is. He shows Screech how to drink milk like Mork. And Lisa's pissed. But come on, Lisa. You guys never pay for your meals, so was it really your milk?
Great, Max. Do some more.
Well, this next one's from my Uncle Martin. He's my favorite Martian.
Are the kids gonna get these references? Well, I mean, Mork and Mindy began in the late 70s, and my favorite Martian started in 1963. I guess younger generations might be familiar with the 1999 movie.
With Max's tricks, Zack leads the supposed reporter to meet the alien. Hey, that's the same locker trick Zack used to sell Lisa's clothes. Very effective. And Lieutenant Thompson is shocked. Now, part of the ruse is that Screech is supposed to expose the lie by fumbling with his ear, which makes it fall off. But he's got those gloves on, and the action takes a little longer than intended.
You're that weird kid I saw in the principal's office.
You can't say that to a kid. So the gang reveals itself, but then Screech reveals that he's been an alien all along. You expect us to believe that just because you cut away, that this long, creepy alien mask was under a smaller Screech Powers mask? Nope. Look how crazy it looks. But hey, it works on Lieutenant Thompson, who says there might not be money, but there's definitely a date to dissect Screech. Now, instead of pulling off the alien mask and declaring himself to be a real boy, Screech runs, which, as we know, is very effective in eluding Lieutenant Thompson. That night, Screech is writing his will because there is no way to convince the government that he is not an alien. But sorry, little buddy, California Probate Code Section 6100 says you have to be 18 for a will to be valid. Before climbing into bed, Screech says a network television appropriate prayer, which is the second instance in this show. Then the boys climb into bed together. Now, guys in the 90s didn't normally do this. It was either one in the bed, one on the floor, or if you had to share a bed, head to foot. And leave it to Screech to make this more weird.
Do they wear underwear in heaven?
Well, this idiot's still around, and he demands that Mr. Belding produce the alien Screech, or else. And we see as Lieutenant Thompson leaves...
Who's that dude?
3 o'clock rolls around, and Lieutenant Thompson wants his friggin' alien. Screech reveals himself, but Zack asks if the lieutenant is sure he has the right Screech because, no, 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 no! My nightmare! It's real! Lieutenant Thompson sees he's been played for a fool, and we are left with a serious common sense issue. Well, two common sense issues. First, where the F did all these Screech serial killer masks come from in the first place? And second, for this initial gag to have worked, we are led to believe that Screech removed a mask of his own face to reveal the real alien mask. It would make no sense to put the alien mask on in front of Lieutenant Thompson, and we are certainly led to believe that the crew watched the unmasking. Logic then says that Screech put on the alien mask, then he put on a Screech mask, and then he painted the Screech mask to look like an alien. But we know the Screech mask is non-expressive. How did they pull this stunt off? Oh, right. This is a fun show for kids with a wacky premise. Lieutenant Thompson was played by Shawn Masterson. While in Chicago, he joined Second City and shared the stage with the likes of Mike Myers, Bonnie Hunt, and Richard Kind. He created the show Home Purchasing Club that featured Kristen Wiig, and also appeared in several Drew Carey improv shows. He's had spots in movies and TV shows, but it seems he mostly sticks with his improv buddies.
Oh, stop being a stiff pickle, okay?